When I walked away from boxing, I walked away with some unfinished business.
Let's just start from the top. You're Tom Brady in this. You're out. You're in.
Okay.
You're maybe you're out again.
I'm just saying I'm 36. I guess Tom Brady. I guess
You're
I'm
out.
Yeah.
You're in. Is he out again? We don't know. We'll get back to it. But what I love so much is seeing that your character, Adonis, is entering this new chapter. And then so are you, as far as this being your directorial debut. Can you talk about exploring both in this?
I think for Adonis, we saw him grow up. We've seen him reject his own last name. We saw him embrace, the love of his life, but then also question and doubt, who he really is on the inside. For this film, I really wanted to go back and explore, those early transformative years. The childhood trauma. What was his first relationships like? What shaped him to be the Adonis that we know present day? And that way, we can challenge him in all the right ways. I think for Adonis, feeling like he checked off a lot of things off his list, he's got everything that he needed. We had to make him uncomfortable and know what other way to do that than bringing back somebody that knows him the best from the past to challenge him in a real way. And I think for me, transitioning to a new place, I felt like all the themes that we were exploring in this movie and where I wanted to kind of take the franchise, I was the only person that, had the proximity enough to tell that story, that Black experience, you know what I'm saying? That experience of a young man who's been, kind of known, not known, hidden from, kind of ashamed of himself a little bit, but still trying to, get comfortable in his own skin. There's a lot of transformative moments that were happening through Adonis's life that I was happening in my own life. And I felt like, I just had the clear vision for it, I guess.
You see that man right there? Do you remember him?
So you always, and I saw an interview that you did where you were talking about addressing being vulnerable and addressing toxic masculinity specifically within our own community. Is that something you always knew you wanted to address with this story?
No,
Okay.
I think that was something that started to reveal itself as we were trying to challenge Adonis and just talk about what will somebody like him be going through right now in today's climate. Survivor's guilt, imposter syndrome, dealing with success and the family and the outside noise and balancing it all, how to be human, how do you keep yourself grounded in the midst of all that stuff and all that noise. And I think naturally, just generationally, you're dealing with, daddy issues. Adonis has those, you know what I'm saying? And what issues from our fathers and our grandfathers' generations kind of get passed on to us, which is talking about how you feel, what happened, whatever that may be in so many different forms, and it being okay. And I think for a long time it was like, no, you were lesser than a man, it made you weak. Those are all things you were told not to be strong and always put on that mask and never let nobody see weakness. And I felt like, there was another way that we needed to address it, So that conversation, I think, started to reveal itself.
Yeah.
As I was exploring my own, situations and other people that I know, that were going through similar things. I was like, okay, this is something that we need to talk about. And with the writers and everybody else, we found an organic way to do it that didn't feel forced, that felt natural within the story. And
I'm coming for it all.
He's not gonna stop.
Then you make him. And I think that's what makes this movie so rich too, is that you do explore these things. And then I love that Adonis does it with Bianca. I love that she makes him feel safe enough to be that way. Can you talk about just that relationship between Bianca and Adonis and the importance of having just a strong female figure in this?
Yeah, I think it all starts from Creed 1, with Ryan, myself and Tessa, creating these characters that individually are strong, have their own agency. She was on her way to becoming, a worldwide superstar, musician. And I was, on my track doing my thing, but we chose to come together and we chose to compromise our own individuality for us. And I think that's super strong, especially within the Black community, within Black families, is showing, what that family love structure could be like. And as we grew on from, Creed 2, obviously starting a family, having children, and moving on to this movie, she supports Adonis, but at the same time, she's gonna push him.
Yep.
She's gonna challenge him, and she's not gonna stand for the bullshit. you know, and I think those kind of hard questions and demanding, you know, like holding him accountable in a lot of different ways, I think it was super strong to have, and just showing what strong black women Adonis had in his life, you know, from his mom to his wife to his daughter, and how they helped shape him. And how he has to stand up and be that man for them as well.
Yeah.
I think it was a cool balance.
Oh, I was like, I could learn some things from Bianca in Washington. I really could. Which hat do you like wearing better, the director hat or the acting hat?
Right now, I've been in a director mode for a really long time. I think it's tough. You know, it's tough. I'm flirting with both, clearly. But right now, I've been in a director mode for such a long time, and it feels good to empower, support, you know, give flowers to my actors right now, you know, and my incredible cast and my crew, and yeah, I like where I'm at this present time, you know.
Yeah. Okay.
Before I got locked up, I was the best. You a coward, bro, and a fraud. Try spending half your life in a cell, watching somebody else live your life.
And I love the friendship between you and Jonathan. You can tell that y'all have a friendship off screen as well. As you were making this, there's so much tension between the two of you. I'm curious, everybody's talking about like the workouts and all of that, but did y'all work out together? Did you keep it separate because you wanted to create that tension?
I think naturally we didn't do that on this one. We built everything together.
Okay.
You know, and especially in the beginning, we went through, you know, hell months, not even hell week, hell months, you know what I'm saying, of training together, learning the choreo together. It's very, very intimate, you know, and he's a hard worker, I am as well, so when it comes to, you know, the physicality element, we pushed each other, you know, but then also there's gonna be times where I just physically can't be in the same space as him because I'm off doing other things, so he had a lot of workouts on his own. But I think that bond came from just us gaining trust within one another, you know, and as an actor, knowing what an actor would want from a director, but then also, you know, like I said, playing both sides. But Jonathan's an incredible human, you know. Our spirits, you know what I'm saying, linked up when we first started talking about the project and what I wanted to do and where I wanted to kind of take the character. And yeah, just going through a movie process like this, man, you know, we're as thick as thieves, and I can't wait to, you know, do it again with them.
Creed 4? Have you started thinking about it yet?
Haven't started thinking about it yet completely.
Okay.
But I think the idea behind possibly where this character can go, and also just the world, the Creedverse as a whole. You know, like I think, you know, there's so many different platforms where these stories can be told. You know, whether it's a spinoff, whether it's a TV show, whether it's, you know, an animation or a graphic novel or a video game. I think, you know, I got the appetite for it, so I'm
Sky is the limit. Well, we're ready.